Some people are saying I've watched too much wrestling this weekend, Pete.
Is it your family?
That's how it started. I'm going to say it's also, I'm saying that now.
Right, okay.
I am wrestled out, and I think I'm probably not even halfway through what's been on. I started off on Netflix watching the NXT Great American Bash.
Yes.
I then went on to watch the Ring of Honor 0 Hour on YouTube. I then watched All In 0 Hour on YouTube, which is 2 hours long. I then watched Saturday Night's Main Event. And then I watched Judgment Day for this show. And I did watch one other match. I'll tell you about that at the end. But it's a lot of wrestling.
It's a lot of wrestling.
I've sort of got through. I haven't watched Supercard of Honor yet. And got 6.5 hours of fucking All In, Pete. And then Evolution is on tonight. How? Oh, man. I watched 0 Hour. The one that I really enjoyed was out of the ones they chucked up on YouTube. Again, this followed a 8-man match. It's another 8-man match. It was the Don Callis family of Lance Archer, Hechicero, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero taking on Hologram, Tomohiro Ishii, Kyle O'Reilly and Big Boom AJ. Big Boom AJ is the guy who goes boom in Costco.
Of course, yes.
And used to be a wrestler in the early 2000s, not of any notoriety. And since he's had his Instagram fame by shouting boom and eating cookies, an absolutely perplexing way to become famous, even in the modern day. He's been doing some of the great big AEW shows, always in the 0 Hour bit. But having watched so much perfectly good 4 out of 5 star wrestling, I mean, it's you're spoiled. I was just like, this is the thing I'm enjoying most.
It's just something different, isn't it? It's not wrestling. It's because you watch too much wrestling, you like the not wrestling.
It is. I mean, he comes out in these grey tights, and they're just... no one's been around him long enough to say... They really, really cling to your nutsack, and they look. It's just really bally, the whole thing. Nigel McGuinness on commentary said he was both in gimmick. He was like, I don't like this guy, and clearly in real life he was like, I hate everything about this. He described him as being late 1990s WCW enhancement talent types. You know,
bit specific.
It really was
bit uncharitably specific.
There's no accounting for taste. Wait a minute. AJ there, taking up the rear. Andy Warhol called your 15 minutes are up. You can return the 1990s WCW enhancement talent costume at your will.
Wow. I've become quite obsessed with Big Boom AJ. The thing I like most about him is he's definitely, the other side of 40, maybe the other side of 50, possibly creeping up to 60. It's hard to tell. And he doesn't have the physique, but he's still in shape in a dad way. But the thing I like about him, I find him oddly genderless. He's got...
Yeah, it's his lips, I think. He's got, he looks like he's wearing lipstick and
he's got
eyeliner.
Long eyelashes like a cow. Like a cow that became a man and is now wrestling. And if you've ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race, when you see the drag queens before they've put their makeup on, but where they've put all of the hair is back and they've taken all the makeup off, ready to put on that first layer, he's got a vibe of that look. And I mean, I was watching this and then the Rizzler comes out and, he looks like he's a child who's got the face of like a 60-year-old henchman in The Sopranos, right? And I was looking at them, I was going, what a strange collection of people. And I was a bit like, the three of them with the son Big Justice, they're a bit like the Oddities. And I did find myself just going, okay, I think this has been done to death. And within 3 minutes them coming out, I was like, this is the best thing I've seen. I really, really, really enjoyed it. His performance as well, Big Boom AJ, he wrestles like a wrestler from the 90s. And it's like, you know how they cryogenically froze Captain America during the war and then they revived him in the sort of late 60s in the comics. He's like that. He's like a 1990s indie wrestler, which is exactly what it was, who has been cryogenically frozen and just thawed out again. And he doesn't know about anything that's happened sort of basically since Repo Man. And he's just very broad and you don't get a lot of that. And yet there's something very honest and touching about his goodness.
Because his whole kind of rise, is it built around taking advantage of his children's fame, or is it just kind of like they're all as a big package?
Well, what I love about it is his son, Big Justice, is his son. He's the older one. The Rizzler is just a neighbour's kid. They were like, there's something about this strange little old man child, which is money. And he was absolutely right. And the kid just comes out, and he was wearing a cowboy hat, and he just rubs his chin. And everyone goes nuts for it. Yeah. There was a bit where Trent Barretta pushed Big Justice, the kid, over, and it got a monster
huge
reaction.
Pop. I saw that. That's the only bit I saw.
Yeah, but I was watching it. I was thinking, this is horrible to say, but this is professional wrestling. This is everything that you really need from it. Sometimes professional wrestling is better when it's not 100% good.
I completely agree.
One of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen in professional wrestling, said Nigel McGuinness. And he didn't do it as a sort of zing. He just said it, and then he sort of went quiet. And I thought, I genuinely think he meant that.
The Murder Hawk monster.
Look at that. Big boob AJ in the corner. Took him all the effort to stand on the middle rope there. I saw him in the back. Practicing earlier, 6 or 7 double chocolate chip cookies he managed to get down.
You did not see that. You're making that up.
And he's literally just been frozen and thawed out, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah. AEW are obsessed with Captain Americans.
Yeah.
I went on to Saturday night's main event, Pete, and I by this time I've seen quite a lot of wrestling, and I chucked it on, and I thought, I watched the credits. The credits were fascinating. They did a little bit of a tribute to Saturday Night Live when it started in the 80s in their credits, and one person very conspicuous from their absence, not a single shot of Hulk Hogan, who is the man who is most synonymous with Saturday night's main event, was usually the main event on it, and I did. When it's as blatant as that, I sort of go,
come on.
Yeah.
You're not getting away with this.
You can't rewrite your own history.
Yeah.
I know you don't want people to write and go, there's that racist, but it did seem a little bit like nobody thinks of Saturday night's main event and their mind immediately goes, Strike Force, the tag team, you know? But they did mention Hogan later in the match between Goldberg and Gunther, which is now Goldberg's retirement match. I will just say, actually, as it started, Pete, as well, Wade Barrett was on commentary.
Oh,
and right at the start, he said, things are going to get down and dirty. And I thought to myself, Wade's listening, is he? That's nice. Well, Wade, thank you very much.
Yes, and
Did you say wank me very much? Yeah, very good, very good.
And we very much enjoy your guitaring.
Strumming, eh? Like a synonym for masturbation. Yes, thank you, Wade.
Thank you. Enough of you.
I've never heard this show. No, well, unfortunately, you've fallen into our trap. I know it's wrong as well. I was most excited about watching Goldberg versus Gunther, Pete. You didn't manage to have a check out of it because you have a normal life.
Normal life. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 just been released. So,
wonderful. Well, I mean, the good thing for me was I went to watch the main event, and because they're slightly obsessed with looking like real sports, they have begun listing match results from earlier in the card on the screen, and it came up saying LA Knight defeated Seth Rollins, and I did think, great, and now I have no reason to watch that match. Don't have to sit through it. Couldn't be happier. But that's a little bit annoying for me because I often, when it's a big show, I will go to a specific match and then I'll catch up later. So with them now effectively going, we're ruining the show for you, I'm a little bit wary. Worth saying as well, I went straight onto YouTube to watch that this morning, and the first thing on the WWE page was immediately reactions to Goldberg's loss. And I could have done without that just for 24 hours, but that was a shame. Look, the match itself, as good as you're going to get out of Goldberg at this stage. Gunther was great fun. But really, really excitingly, right at the start, they knock on Goldberg's door for him to come out for his entrance, Petey. And he is led out by Josh Barnett was there, who does Josh Barnett's Bloodsport.
Oh, yes, okay.
He was in the back, looking, as he is, legitimately hard. And I think it's actually the first time Josh Barnett has made a WWE appearance, and it felt to me like I like it when they're canon. I do sort of think, give Josh Barnett the role that you gave Lesnar all those years. Give him this, I'm this old bloke, I never thought I'd get here, but I'm the most dangerous man on earth, and if you beat me, you'll be the best in the world. And I would love to see them just go, he's the new Lesnar, even though he's about 10 years older. He looked amazing. More importantly than that, Pete, who else was marching down with Goldberg? Somebody call my mama. It was Ernest the Cat Miller. Yes. He was there looking good. And I did think, you do get an impression about how shunned by the stars Goldberg was when he was in WCW and how marginalised when the only person you're still quite close with is Ernest the Cat Miller. I thought that was absolutely charming. Hey, Ernest, I'm getting retired. Who is this? This is Bill. Bill who? Bill Goldberg. Oh, okay. Yeah? What do you want from me? I thought you might like to come down as my best friend. Yeah, I
haven't seen you for ages.
Yeah, are they doing travel? Yeah. But right at the end, when he was sort of like being cheered off in the ring, he was there with DDP as well. DDP had turned up, so that was nice. Oh. WWE have got a definite thing with DDP where they're like, we don't quite want to include him in stuff.
Yeah,
it's all right if he appears, but we're not going to talk about him. He's just, I think he's just too good. And they sort of don't like his goodness. They sort of find that sinister.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, poor old DDP. But Pete, honestly, the best thing I have seen all weekend is, while I was watching some of this, I also went onto YouTube and began looking at wrestling.
Mark, have you killed your family?
Mad addict. But AAA uploaded a match that happened earlier in the week. And it was Mr. Iguana and La Hiedra, the Hydra, taking on Lola Vice and Santino Marella. And you got two comedy wrestlers there, par excellence, in Iguana and Santino Marella. You have the natural feud of La Yesca, the Iguana, taking on Santino's Cobra hand puppet. It's not even a hand puppet, it's just a glove. Plus sex in the form of Lola Vice. And Pete, let me tell you, this match was, I think it's about 8 minutes long. It had numerous spots that were good. And most importantly, the Cobra struck and accidentally hit La Yesca, and both men tried to give it CPR in the middle of the ring. I watched this and I thought,
come on.
Save it for WrestleMania, you idiots. You idiots.
They'll come up with something. They're brilliant.
If you watch one match that I've also watched this weekend, only Saturday, you have to make it that one. It was everything I enjoyed. I'm aware that I sometimes think that people are will be like, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'm really into stuff. I've heard about this Wrestle Me. I might go and check it out. And we do this on the biggest weekend. And my 3 recommendations are a comedy match with Mr. Iguana and Santino Marella, Big Boom AJ, and Goldberg being retired. I mean, it's not the sort of, it's not that sort of show, mate. It's not that sort of show.